We've talked a little bit this week about how Purdue has been very clear about their goal for this upcoming season. And I say goal singularly because everything I've heard out of Purdue's open practice this week has been that there is one goal and one goal only for the Boilermakers this year: win a national championship. It's the highest bar you could possibly set. I've mentioned to you that I admire that that is the goal because you've got three players that, quite frankly, are pretty unprecedented in what they return here in terms of experience, in terms of talent, even chemistry. This should be the goal. I'm totally on board with that. Trey Kaufman-Renn had an interesting, sort of different way to frame Purdue's confidence coming into next season that I want to run by you. Shout out to Dustin Shute, by the way. Dustin Shute, SI.com has the full article on this. But TKR was talking about his earliest impressions after one day of practice. What's this team looking like? What are they feeling like? This is what TKR had to say. Quote, you have to get everyone together and see what it looks like practically as a team. That's the biggest process. Getting the guys here, not as far as playing, but just gelling with all the new guys. I think if that happens, I don't see why we're not the best team in the country. Pretty brash, pretty confident from Mr. Kaufman-Renn here. As far as getting guys together, he's obviously referring to Oscar Clough and Omer Mayer, who were not at the open practice. But those are two big pieces, potentially two starters on this team. He's right. You do have to get those guys to gel. But I'd like to dive a little deeper into the last part of that quote with you. If that all happens, if we gel, I don't see why we're not the best team in the country. Do you have any issue with TKR saying that on day one of practice in June?
No, I love it because I think it's facts. I think it's facts. What other team has a National Player of the Year candidate, another possible first team All-American, a guy that has played in a national championship game and is since he stepped on a court at the college level, shot 40% from three. And then they bring in one of the better rebounders. They bring back Jacobson, who could be one of the best rim protectors in the sport. They get Omer Mayer. They have other guys. Like, I think it's fair to say because I mean I said this on a video the other day. It was kind of piggybacking off what you said. They spent last off season with the mindset of like proving that they could do it without Zach Edey. Now the mindset this summer and this year is like this is it. This is the last run for. Do those three senior Boilermakers have a name?
Yeah, we need a name, don't we?
Yeah, I feel like those three have earned a name. So let's get on
Well,
that.
if they actually deliver a national championship, we can call them the Purdue Baby Makers.
That's
There's going to be a lot of babies being made in West Lafayette if they deliver these promises.
Yeah, like I'm like in the next 18 years, they're gonna be taking attendance at the local West Lafayette Elementary, and it's gonna be a Trey, and there's gonna be nine kids that raise their hand, and then there's gonna be
Here.
Braden, another six, and then there's gonna be a Fletcher, and then that random Oscar in the corner. But like, no, like I think that this should be the expectation. I think that there should be a mindset that you know that you have the pieces to cut down nets and you are better than other teams if you gel. I think there should be that level of confidence with this team. Otherwise, I feel like you're just kind of faking it. Like there's being humble and there's also just being aware of what you have and what you have in front of you. And I feel like I like that mindset from these guys.
I also love the confidence, and I'm about to flip and do my hosting devil's advocate in just a moment. So wait on that. Just be prepared. But I agree. I love the confidence. I said to you earlier this week that I want those three to carry themselves like this. I want there to be a sense of urgency. And I thought it was noticeable. Just in the clips that I saw, in the reports from people that were in the gym earlier this week, it feels noticeably different in the way Braden Smith, Trey Kaufman-Renn, and Fletcher Lawyer are approaching this season. And I like that.
And before you get the devil's advocate, that stuff like permeates too.
Yeah,
Like
it matters.
I even think back to like my days in high school or even at the when I played in college at the D3 level, like seeing seniors or upperclassmen carry themselves a certain way, have a certain thing about them, it kind of upped your sense of urgency, even in the fact like I think back to like my junior year and I'm like, okay, like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good this year. We got a talented team and but I got one more year, right? Like this ain't the end all be all for me. And That's like it's a natural thing that you don't want to creep in, but it did kind of creep in. But seeing the senior sense of urgency and the leader sense of urgency on the team, it did kind of permeate through the rest of the team, like all the way down to coaching staff to the training room, like everything. Like the feeling about things was like, you know what I'm saying? There's no wasted motion in anything we're doing. We got a goal in mind, and it I think it helps more than you think.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's it's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. Yeah, I think it's real as well. I got no issue with it. Okay, now I don't even know if devil's advocate's the right word on this, but can I put like my PR hat on? I'd like to basically serve as a volunteer PR director, PR consultant for these guys for a second. If I was in charge of Purdue basketball's public relations, or even if I was TKR's public relations guy, I would have called him into my office after this quote because there's one small, maybe two small things that bother me about this a tiny little bit. You listen to what Fletcher Lawyer's saying. Here's a quote from Fletcher right at the same time. Talking to Braden, we all came back to win a national championship, put ourselves in position to keep this program at the top. Right? That's framing this as like we're here with one goal in mind. We want to go win this thing. We have to go take it, but we want to go win that in the future. You ask Braden, what did Braden say? Why did he come back? Well, my goal is just be a better leader, help these guys out, hopefully bring a title home. What's different about the way Fletcher and Braden are framing this versus the way TKR is?
Sure.
Braden and Fletcher's goal is in the future. Let's go win. We're here on a mission to complete a goal that we haven't done yet. That's what we're trying to do. We believe we can do it, but we got to go do it, and we're going to go do it. That's fine. How many teams are going to say this? 20 teams are going to come out here and say, we want to win a national title. That's why we're here. TKR saying, yeah, I think we're the best team in the country. That's different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now you're putting a lot of fingers at you. You're putting a lot of pressure at you. Leading scorer on the team that finished tied for 6th in the Big Ten last year. Like, I like the confidence. I like the sense of urgency. I like how all these guys are doing this. But if I was advising TKR on a PR standpoint, I would tell him to use the talking points that Braden and Fletcher are using. We are here to win a national championship. We believe we can do it. That's in the future. That's our goal. Not, we are the best team. That's a little bit different. And I think even though I may believe they are the best team, I don't know that I want them saying that out loud because that just brings a whole lot of extra shit to it. The second tweak on this, and this is something I'm very interested in getting your opinion on, TKR being the one saying this. Once again, this is very similar to last year. I think we just have a good sense of who these guys' personalities are now. Fletcher Lawyer is kind of the like, I'm here to win, say the right thing guy. TKR is like the confident philosopher who's like, yeah, I don't give a damn. Those guys don't know basketball. I'm here to win. We're the best. We're the best. It's just basketball, right? Like that's okay. Interesting cat there. Braden is just kind of sitting back silent watching all this. Braden is the National Player of the Year frontrunner. No disrespect to TKR. Those guys are great. But does this hit a little bit different, the confidence, the bravado to just be like, we're the best team? If it's coming from the National Player of the Year candidate instead of presumably the sidekick to the National Player of the Year candidate. What are your thoughts on that?
So, you know what? I think this is going to catch you by surprise. I think TKR somewhat realizes he has to do this because I don't think Braden's going to do it. This is not who he is. He's not going to do it. It isn't what it like. He's got shit to him. Don't get me wrong. But I just feel like it's TKR's role to be the I don't know, like more so like up like forward abrasive one of the group because I don't think anyone else will do it.
So TKR is the Rasheed Wallace. Does a team need a Rasheed Wallace?
You know, I'm trying to think like teams that have passed won a national championship that have a guy like that.
Again,
Mm.
the confidence is great, but I just think it's a little bit different to sort of put the burden of we are the best.
Well, I'll say this: there's a different reaction if TKR says it and Braden says it. Because
Yeah.
Braden says it, I'm like, okay, that's the favorite national player of the year speaking. TKR says it, I'm like, okay, Trey Kaufman Wren, really good, sick, like that's fine. It's not Braden.
Yeah, I don't know. We probably shouldn't feel differently about it if it was Braden instead of TKR saying it, but I do think that's an element of this. Like if the baddest MF or best player in the country is the one saying it, then I'm just a little more into it because he's the one that's got to carry the burden of the expectations. To me, if I'm in Braden's shoes, hearing TKR say this, I'm kind of like, looks like we got to go be the number one team in the country now.
Yeah.
Like,
Also if I'm Braden, I'm like, oh, you better back that stuff up too, because
yeah,
you're writing checks for all of us now.
yeah.
Because I'm the best player on the team, and I'm gonna be good. Don't get me wrong, but like you're we okay. Now I'm kind of seeing the devil's advocate angle. This team has a target on their back already. Now they for sure got one. If you're gonna talk like this,
And they were going to have it regardless. So ultimately, this doesn't really matter. But like, I do think there's a difference between like, yeah, we're here to complete our goal. We want to win a national championship. We believe we can. That's why we came back. Rah, rah. Versus, yeah, I don't see why we're not the best team in the country.
it also might be preseason number two. All this talk.
Right. Like, if I'm Milo Suzan, I immediately clip this out. Because by the way,
Honestly, that's the worst part. Houston's gonna get a hold of that.
well, that reminder, Braden Smith is the psycho competitor, right? He's had
Mhm.
news clippings in his locker. Imagine if someone on Houston said this quote. Is that not immediately like the story of the heart of Purdue season? Oh, they think they're the best team in the country?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
so I don't know. It's June, right? That we're gonna have a whole year of this apparently. If this is the energy they're bringing to day one of open practice, like they're not ducking the smoke at all. But again, even though I'm playing devil's advocate, I think I love it because the confidence is good and deserved and earned based on everything they've done in the first 3 years of their careers.
Yeah, all in all, I love it.
Yeah.